Hello, legends anywhere, anytime. This is Zach of SomeDudePlays.com, just some dude who likes to play video games. And we are once again back for part 156 of Fire Emblem 3 Houses of Blue Lion. So we will finish off all the support videos we have in this part. I am still so happy I finished off the Saint Indech Statue. Now I just have to finish the Indech, Maquille, and then Keyhole.
Need something?
Ooh, I can upgrade something more. Reason +2. Or heavy. You know what? Let's do Indech there.
This one?
That extra defiant heavy armor will be nice.
See you again soon. Need something?
Good.
See you again soon.
We'll see how things go. Hopefully I get those done this chapter.
No.
But you know what? Let's go to the very top floor. And here I figure we'll do our supports with the view up here. So, who should be first? Linhardt and Hanneman to finish off theirs.
Professor Hanneman, do you have a moment?
Linhardt, of course.
He'll always have a moment to talk about crests.
Last time we talked, you mentioned the importance of having goals. I gave it some thought, and in the end, I couldn't find one.
Well, no need to panic. Sometimes a goal can reveal itself to you without warning.
What's your goal, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh, mine? I want to create a world where everyone can access the power of crests, where no one has to suffer from having or not having that power.
Yeah, you see, he has a really good goal. But the thing is, if then everyone can suffer from having the power, because it's no different before crests existed.
Huh. That's a pretty big dream. But then wouldn't you end up studying everyone? In that world, you'd be killing yourself trying to do research on every person alive.
Linhardt would be wrong there, because once that happens, Hanneman wouldn't have to study that area of research anymore. He could change what he looks for.
Ah, you may be right. But at least then, we wouldn't be the only ones taking such pains.
Yep.
The more people who have crests, the more people who will do research.
Just like the more people to teach, the smarter everyone gets.
And with more students, the research will progress far faster than it is today.
Somewhat, because things are different per person. But Hanneman has a really good point there.
That also means there would be less of the back and forth you don't have the energy for, which should make you happy.
Maybe so.
Does that still do nothing to pique your interest?
To be brutally honest, it would be way less exhausting, but less satisfying as well.
Yep.
That's like fishing at the market.
So you at least understand that much. That is why I do research. If someone's going to see results someday, then I want it to be me. That's a thought that keeps me moving forward, even when it is difficult to do so.
That sounds like enthusiasm. That's not something I have.
Yeah.
But if we work together, I wonder if it would spark that enthusiasm.
And that's what Linhardt needs to find his goal.
Are you saying you would agree to study crests with your old professor?
In the end, I think it would probably be more interesting than fishing alone.
You definitely discover way more with the second brain with you.
I don't even have anyone to show any big fish I catch.
And you can put ideas off of each other to come up to different conclusions and find better information.
Oh, as it were, I feel very much like someone who's made a catch.
Oh, you have, Hanneman.
But the future shall hold even greater things than that. That's a promise.
Yeah, so there's a reason why if you don't recruit Hanneman, he sides with the Empire. So how many you know what, we'll do Dorothea B rank with Linhardt.
How did you know Dorothea was an orphan?
I hear she buttered up some noble and he enrolled her in the academy.
She's higher ranking than us lot. Huh. How disappointing.
And they were overheard.
I suggest ignoring them.
Good advice, Linhardt.
Lynn, don't scare me like that.
You seem less scared than surprised, but that's quibbling, I suppose. As for those two gossips, unimportant. I suggest forgetting all about them and their petty words. Join me for a meal. I've been the target of a lot of gossip, and eating generally makes me feel better.
Don't pretend we're the same. If I could brush it off so easily, I would.
It doesn't seem particularly difficult. Where's the problem? Is this about your pride?
No, not even a little bit.
Now what's going on?
What then?
Lynn, please just go away. I want to be alone right now.
Yep, bad memories.
That's fine. But your life is your own business. It's not something that can be affected by the petty words of a stranger.
There's some good advice for everyone.
Sorry. I kept talking, didn't I? I'll stop now.
Please do.
This one seems like it's pretty short, and it is. But that's why it's a multiple times, so... After, let's see. Lysithea only has Hanneman and Leonie. Hanneman has... Brienne. And perfect. I think I have the path I will follow. So we'll do Caspar and Dorothea.
Hey Dorothea, something's been bothering me. I kind of feel like you act more casually around me than you do with other people.
Casually? I don't know what you mean.
I just feel like you're always asking me to do things that might make other people uncomfortable. Like when you asked me to clean your room. You're not very flirty toward me like you are with the other guys. You seem weirdly comfortable around me.
I wonder what's going on there.
You pay more attention than I would have thought. Hey, are you interested in me? You know, interested.
You know, it's kind of strange that out of everyone, Dorothea hasn't really flirted with him.
What? No, it just seemed weird, and I was curious.
I'm kidding. It's true that I do find you quite a convenient little helper at times. It's like you're... how to put it? You're like a little brother to me.
My thoughts exactly.
Really? That's not exactly a compliment.
No, but it's true. And now that I've thought about it, I like the whole idea. Why don't you try calling me Big Sis and see how it feels?
No, that's not gonna happen.
Why not?
I'm embarrassed just thinking about it.
Yep.
Oh, come on. It's just a goof. You can manage it at least once, can't you? Please? Oh, I know. If you do it, I'll stop using you for my chores.
Such a sisterly thing to do.
That's an enticing offer. Fine. Once. Big sis.
So unenthused to say that.
Well done, Caspar. You're such a cute little boy. I'm proud to have you as a sibling.
I'm not cute, and I'm not little. How would you feel if I made you call me Big Bro?
Oh? Well, I wouldn't mind that at all. Big Bro.
You know, they really should have had her say Big Brother there. Caspar's face.
Something wrong, Big Bro?
Oh, this is the worst.
Sibling teasing at its finest. Hanneman and Dorothea.
Professor Hanneman, how unexpected.
Hello, Miss Dorothea. There is something I would like to ask you, should you have a moment.
And whatever would that be, Professor?
Ah, it's just some rumor I heard about your prejudice against the nobility.
Now what's going
You
on?
remember when you came to me before, and we talked about how I used to be noble? I was just wondering what your aim was.
To clarify, I only hate nobles who are obsessed with their status.
And of course, she's looking for a good husband as well.
You're not that kind of man, Professor. I mean that, really. And it sounds like you never were.
I see. But hating nobles obsessed with their status, you must have had some terrible experience in the past. Ah, my apologies. That was rather presumptuous.
Well, we have seen hints of that, especially in Dorothea's paralogue with Ingrid.
No, it's fine. As I'm sure you know, I was a highly praised songstress for a time. Before I was a singer, though, I was an orphan. And before that, I was the daughter of a noble's maid.
Oh, I know what's going on now.
My goodness. From an orphan to a renowned songstress. That is quite a life you have led, Miss Dorothea.
Yeah, so it seems Dorothea is the child of a noble who, shall we say, had some fun with the maid?
Well, I don't remember much of my early years. My father was never there, and my mother was driven out of the noble house where she worked. Before long, she fell ill. I was always alone, and I lived in the alleys of the imperial capital, just trying to survive from one day to the next.
So she has some parallels with what Ash did. They both lost their parents. The only difference is Dorothea was alone, where Ash had to look after his siblings.
I see.
Eventually, after I became a singer, I met the nobleman that I think is my father.
Oh.
He'd had a child with a maid, but the child didn't have a crest, so he threw them both away. Those were his very words. I can't prove that he really was my father, but I suppose it doesn't matter.
Now, I really wonder who that noble was.
He didn't know who I was, and when he flirted with me, my feelings were something beyond fury. I was dumbfounded. In truth, I felt that way about all of the nobles who flocked around me, yet would just as easily have tossed me away should it better suit them.
Yep.
You have my most heartfelt of apologies, Dorothea. I am afraid my curiosity has opened old wounds.
But sometimes old wound has to be opened to heal properly.
Sadly, it is undeniable that the nobility is full of such terrible people. Perhaps even myself.
Professor?
Oh, it is nothing. Just lost in a memory of my own. Just know that I will do my part to ensure that you always know kindness in this world.
Thank you.
Okay, we definitely have to see their next port. Yeah, their A rank is probably going to be good. So... and Leonie. Good. So we'll do Lysithea and Hanneman and then Leonie.
Professor Hanneman, is this a good spot for this book?
That will do nicely, Lysithea. I'm sorry to trouble you with these chores.
It's no trouble. After all, it's proper etiquette for the young to help the elderly.
Nice unintended snipe, Lysithea.
The elderly? I'm only... never mind. How have you been feeling of late? Anything worth mentioning?
I've been feeling well enough, all things considered.
Yeah, especially after the experiments that gave her a second crest and her lifespan's been greatly shortened.
You seem to be maturing remarkably. No doubt your well-being is due to the positive influence of your twin crests working in tandem.
Here he goes with the positive again. Looks like your research is more useless than I thought.
Well, Hanneman just stepped on a landmine once again.
I may ignore your assaults on my age, but I will not allow unfettered attacks upon my research. What makes you think it's lacking?
And that's the best question he could ask, because it could give him a clue on what he needs to do later.
Surely you do not deny that your crest-related abilities exceed those of your peers.
But you have to remember, she wants to get the artificial crest removed.
You are so far ahead of the others. Even the combined effects of the twin crests you bear do not fully account for that discrepancy.
You just can't see beyond the crest, can you? In all your research, haven't you considered that my abilities are a direct result of the effort I put in?
Of course, I am aware that you are a hardworking student, but...
My efforts far exceed those of any other student. I've placed top priority on growing as quickly as possible.
Which is a very, very bad idea.
Is the ability to expend such incredible efforts, to be so focused and driven, is that not a form of talent?
It has nothing to do with talent. It's a question of sheer will.
Which is talent.
I'm determined to succeed, no matter the sacrifice.
And that's going too far in a bad thing.
I see. But what drives you to such lengths?
I have goals, just like anyone. And precious little time in which to achieve them.
Little time?
Yep.
The people who made me as I am informed me that my life would be drastically shortened as a result.
Well, now Hanneman has the right direction to put his research. And like he never knew, so surprise!
A person bearing two crests against the will of nature itself. Well, clearly it can't be sustainable. As such, I don't indulge in the luxury of fantasizing about the future. I haven't got one.
Well, Hanneman will make sure you do.
Knowing all this now, will you still claim that my crests are something positive?
I cannot. Please understand, I had no idea.
I'll be leaving now.
Lysithea. So that is why you are...
That is the main question he needed answered. So we definitely have to see the A rank between Lysithea and Hanneman. So it is going to take a bit to build up the rest of these supports.
Hey, I'm about to take out the trash. Got anything you want me to take?
How about these? Just some old study notes of mine.
They're probably really good and someone will need them.
Wow, that's quite the pile there. You sure it's all fine to throw away?
Of course. It's all safely stored in my brain now. If I concentrate, I can access any of it with ease.
Why am I not surprised? I wish I had even half your power of concentration.
Maybe Leonie is gonna borrow her notes.
Okay, here we go. Ugh, this is pretty heavy. Well, it'll be a good workout. Oh, but you were telling me not to take my training so lightly. Still, can't hurt to get a little exercise in. I'll just take it at a run. See you later. What is it, Lysithea? Was there something in that pile of paper you wanted to hang on to after all?
No, that's not it. There's just something I want to say to you.
Now, what's happening?
I'm sorry for saying your way of doing things was inefficient.
Finally.
You've clearly grown plenty strong, doing things as you have. Not to mention, multitasking and training in that way surely presents interesting challenges.
Well, sure. But if everyone has their own methods, then your methods aren't wrong either.
Yep.
All you did was share them with me, so there's no need for apologies.
And sometimes combining methods can be even better.
Still, it's probably beyond me to imitate your levels of focus and concentration. How do you even manage to throw yourself into only one thing like that?
I haven't much choice. I can't waste even a single moment.
Yep, especially with the time limit on her.
I can understand that. I'm sort of the same way. I hate feeling like I'm not getting enough work done. Anyway, you should just do what works for you. You've got something you want to achieve, right? That's why you feel pressured to study so hard.
Yes.
Then focus on what matters to you. Leave the rest to people who have the time for it. And hey, if you need any heavy lifting done, you know where to go. The way I see it, it's all training.
Yep.
You know, Leonie, you're so kind, so strong.
And part of it was the mentorship by Gerald.
Whoa, what's with the compliments all of a sudden?
I was just thinking what an incredible partner you'd make. Really, you've got all of the perfect qualities.
What?
I'm not simply saying that. I say what I mean, and I mean what I say.
You're making me blush. What a strange way to compliment someone.
And there we're done with that. So we have exactly 2 more supports to go, so I'll just accept on Marianne and do Leonie and then Hanneman. So another support complete.
Oh, hey Marianne.
Leonie?
I thought greenhouse duty was mine today. What are you doing here?
Oh,
I'm sorry. You've been avoiding me ever since I lost my temper, haven't you? You're probably scared of me now. In the moment, I was hurt. I'm sure you had good reasons to act the way you did. If you want me to leave you alone, I will. I promise. You've got nothing to fear from me.
Leonie,
I've watered all the plants, so I'm done here. I'll get out of your way.
Leonie, she's just here to apologize to you.
Wait!
Huh? Hey, what is it?
It's,
She's just too shy and introverted to say it right now.
I don't mean to bother you. I'm sorry for keeping you here.
No, not at all. Thanks for keeping me. Honestly, I've been worried about you. If you ever want to talk about anything, just say so. I'll make time.
I've been avoiding people for most of my life, so I'm not the best at speaking.
I know it's hard. You've been through a lot. But it's worth the extra effort to talk to your friends.
I make everyone uncomfortable. I just don't know how to carry on a conversation.
Marianne, you're the one who's uncomfortable, and people just don't know quite how to deal with it.
Hey, we're having one right now. And I'm telling you, I'm not uncomfortable. I'm actually really happy.
And Leonie, that was the right thing to say.
So don't worry about me. And it's okay to be quiet sometimes, but try to find a middle ground at least. Otherwise, you'll never get any better.
Oh.
As far as what to talk about, anything's good. Hobbies, things you like, a dream you had last night. Really, anything.
Okay then. I like this flower. I think it's nice.
It's awkward, but it's an awkward start that is needed.
I think so too. Did you know that where I come from, those have a completely different color?
Now, if only we could get Marianne and Bernadette into the same room together. That would be an interesting conversation.
Oh, really? I'd like to see that.
Great. Come visit my village someday. In fact, we should invite all of our friends. It'll be fun.
Oh, yes. That would be very exciting.
Okay, so I'm just going to quickly check something on the calendar. And as I thought, I'll have to do that for the start of the next video. Now we finish with Hanneman and Marianne, so by the end of the next week I should have B+ with Annette, A with Dorothea, A with Lysithea, A with Marianne, and I should be able to complete his one with Gilbert.
Professor Hanneman, you wanted to speak with me?
Miss Marianne, hello. Do pardon the mess. Please have a seat.
Of course.
I have been puzzling over why your father would wish to conceal your crest. And I have arrived at a conclusion. Would you like to hear it?
Well, we've already seen part of the reason, but let's see what Hanneman has to say.
No, I would rather not.
Ah, fair enough. Then I will keep it to myself.
Ah, that is such a cop-out.
However, if my theory is correct, well, then it is only natural for you and your father to try keeping your crest a secret. That said, I feel I would be remiss if I didn't point out that I consider this decision a most grievous error.
I'm not sure what you mean.
Crests never manifest in someone unfit to bear them.
Now that I agree with. Except when they're implanted into someone, then they are unfit.
Which means, Miss Marianne, you have the ability to make the most of your crest, because it is, by definition, your crest.
And not your ancestors, or whatever it came from.
I have no desire to make use of my crest.
But it can be of service to you, and I would venture to suggest, to the world at large.
Ever since I was born, that crest has been nothing but a burden to me. My parents, too.
You have to try to make it a positive because you're always going to live with it.
Ah, that's right. I have heard that you were adopted. Did one of your birth parents also have that crest?
Yes, it was my father.
Then that crest is evidence that you are your true father's daughter. Concealing it, hiding that truth from the world, is denying your true parentage, is it not? I'm not suggesting you flaunt your crest. That would be highly unnecessary, possibly even dangerous.
Marianne really needs to think on this.
I simply wish you to accept who you are.
And that will really help her.
Accept it?
Accept the crest and allow its power to come forward. Then it will open itself to you.
Like, you don't even have to tell anyone you have the crest. You just have to accept it as a part of you.
Whatever the crest may be, whatever its origin or its nature, it can serve you. It is yours to command, however you wish.
Mine?
Nobody can decide how to use your crest, Miss Marianne. That choice is yours alone.
And once again, Hanneman gives the best advice about crests.
I will think about that.
Finally, all those supports are done. Yeah, look at Byleth. A rank with Dimitri. The only ones I'm missing are Caspar, Raphael, Ignatz, Marianne, Seteth, Alois, Catherine, Shamir, Cyril. And pretty soon I'll be able to flesh out these ones with Dimitri. But yeah, the nice thing is, after the next week of battles, I'll be quite happy to have most of these supports completed, which will be really nice, and I mean it, really, really nice. Because once those are done, anyone who has a support that I bring into the final battle is just going to be ridiculously overpowered, which will be very helpful. So in the next video, we'll continue on to our next week, where we will do a fight at the end there, because we have a couple of quests to do. Like, we want to do that rare monster fight. We want to do taking care of business to unlock the black market. We have to do some stuff for a peculiar trend, and we have a paralock that we want to get out of the way finish right away. So this is Zach of SomeDudePlays.com saying we are all legends, and have a great day, everyone. But please remember, if you've liked my videos, subscribe, like, comment, turn on notifications, visit SomeDudePlays.com, please share them, and have a great day, everyone.